Dear friends, hello. My name is Alexey Ognev, CEO of the DigiU ecosystem. And today we have another webinar. We are here in Hanoi, in the office of our company, and I'm delighted to conduct the first webinar from here. Today I will tell you about the latest events, specifically why we came to Hanoi, which exhibition we attended. But I believe most of you already know about it. And I will share the news about the already launched crypto wallet, crypto cards, and the preparation for the launch of the first sale on our Launchpad. As you can see, all products are launched ahead of schedule and in a very tight mode. And as Alexander E. mentioned in the last webinar, it's all very exciting and inspiring. So, let's go step by step. In Vietnam, we attended the Vietnam Ideas Exhibition 2024. It is the largest event in Asia for cryptocurrencies, blockchains, primarily for technologies. As we said at the end of last year, we made such a plan and put it into action. The year 2024 is the year of exhibitions and events, and the presence of the DigiU ecosystem and products of our venture fund at the largest international events. Because last year we managed to visit Mumbai and hold a forum in the city of Novosibirsk, and it became evident that both we and our products and partners are ready to perform at a serious level. And here is the first major event where we are represented as speakers, and we participate in panel discussions, conduct workshops. We have a professionally designed stand prepared here. This is, in fact, ETHVietnam 2024. We probably shot quite a lot of content, and after some time, there will be an introductory video specifically about this event, where there will be an interview with Peter, the technical director of the EVA ecosystem of DigiU. There will be a presentation by Faraj, the business development director, expected in a few days. Naturally, Alexander E. will also share his opinion on this exhibition. In short, we went there to represent the EVA product. Currently, as you know, the launch is being prepared, and it will happen in the next few weeks. And visiting such events is promotion and the culmination of the great work done. Because the EVA team also visited an exhibition in Denver. And accordingly, here in Vietnam, we are preparing the entire audience, international community, funds for the project start. What I want to say, the team did a lot of work. We had about 10 people working at our stand. These are partners from Vietnam, EVA and DigiU, and a big thank you to them for that. Especially to Mr. Dovan Tam, who organized all the processes. At the stand we had, in general, looked the same as all the stands. That is, there were no standouts. But at our stand, there was a huge crowd as always. First, because it's interesting. Secondly, because the consultations provided by our teams were so comprehensive that there were long conversations with local accelerators and funds. People were always looking for us at the exhibition. They were also telling us that we need to exchange contacts. In general, Mr. Dovan Tam's team, the support team, and the work at the stand did an excellent job and provided a huge number of contacts. And actually, they got very involved in the project and with a huge number of relevant people. We naturally talked about the EVA project, about our fund. What else I want to mention? Speaking at such exhibitions, especially thematic ones, with such a powerful headliner as Vitalik Buterin, it's a very effective tool for promoting both the product and the founders, the people who create the product. What does this mean? We, Faraj, the business development director of EVA, had several speeches on the same stage as Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum. And after these speeches, and he talks quite powerfully about the project, very correctly emphasizes the necessary accents depending on the audience. There was always a queue there. And the best part is that at exhibitions, there are often many marketing agencies, those who offer promotion. And due to the fact that there was a powerful headliner, Vitalik Buterin, here there was a queue from the top local Vietnamese Asian exchanges, like OKX and some others. I can't remember now. Specifically Oki. This was one of the top contacts and funds. And the specifics are that we don't need to chase them, but they see a quality speaker who presented the project and, most importantly, the technologies. They themselves come up and check if we are on the listing list. If you have list for verification, we are ready to consider your project and provide investments, contacts and everything else. In this regard, it was a great success. And soon, expect very powerful news about EVA, about the TGE date, about the listing date, and most importantly, about where this listing will take place. So, be sure to follow. And of course, we will also cover this news. What else I want to say? Obviously, Alexander E., the head of the venture fund, also came here with certain goals and tasks. This is studying trends, selecting new projects, getting to know accelerators, funds. Reality has exceeded all expectations. What does this mean? Firstly, our projects, such as the Launchpad, were received very warmly and with great interest, because it's a different mechanics, including for venture funds, accelerators, and those who deal with high-tech startups, launching projects, promoting, and making profits on all this. And we were sharing. There were separate meetings on the topic of the Launchpad. And it's worth noting, with great pleasure, that there is a high interest in both the model itself and perhaps, in the future, we can implement some sort of white label solution. In general, the contacts are interesting. Many questions were asked. And the coolest thing is that we came here already with a ready technical solution. That is, during these first few months of 2024, we have created, in fact, 3 additional commercial projects. What enables us to do this? It's because we efficiently manage the funding stages of our major directions: the RWA marketplace, the RWA bank, and within these funding stages, financing has been obtained. We immediately allocated to team infrastructure creation and naturally project launches. Our goal, values and objectives are for the company's assets to continually grow through new projects and business solutions. Consequently, the company's capitalization, opportunities, everything needed constantly increases. We have managed, in the shortest time, thanks to a well-structured strategy, to launch. And I believe by now you've received the news. The crypto wallet. You can already use it to open virtual crypto cards, which can later be linked to payment services like Apple Pay and Google Pay to pay for any transactions. All of this serves as infrastructure for our Launchpad, where next week, on March 26th, the first sale will take place. Now, let me provide a bit more detail about it. Before that, let me conclude my thought on the number of projects and what we are doing this year. Our goal by the end of April to early May is to launch and test the marketplace and the bank. And within the development of this project, we conduct several funding stages. We are currently in the third funding stage, which, at the request of a large number of partners and investors from different countries, we have extended and expanded. In total, at this stage, it turns out that 25% of the ownership of the marketplace and bank, which we allocated for funding stages, within the third stage, will be distributed with an additional 10% added. It ends on April 1st, so everyone has a chance to participate and acquire ownership of two projects at once. We are essentially approaching the finish line. In the chats, I occasionally see questions about whether it will be possible to participate in the closed round and acquire shares in the RWA marketplace and RWA bank without purchasing shares. We leave this possibility open, but we don't guarantee it. If the project receives sufficient funding, there may not be a need for it, and it may not be appropriate. But we have had requests from our audience, and perhaps we will conduct a small sale of $50 or maybe $100,000 for both projects. It's quite possible, but it's still too early to talk about it. What we see now, in April, we are approaching the finish line. There may be another funding stage, the fourth, final one, and perhaps there will be some small round for all interested parties with all these announcements. But of course, we will inform everyone in advance, and everyone will have time to prepare. Currently, under the basic conditions, my sincere recommendation is to participate in the funding stages, acquire shares, and add shares of the RWA marketplace and RWA bank to your investment portfolio. I also want to enthusiastically draw attention to the deposits project. We have received a large number of positive reviews, especially considering the current state of the cryptocurrency market, with growth reaching maximum Bitcoin prices, positive forecasts, and so on. What we see from users of our wealth product and the next product, deposits, is remarkable. By depositing and holding money in wealth for 6-12 months, and during this period of decline, without spending their Ethers, Bitcoins, USDT, due to the volatility of these assets, they received some incredible annual percentage yields. Well, you can calculate for yourself how much it would be if you made a deposit in wealth. For example, in Ether, when it was worth $1,000. Held it, for example, for about a year in the wealth product. You would have received some amount of Ether and converted it at a rate of $4,000, as it is currently trading, plus or minus. In other words, the dollar return, to say the least, is impressive. What do deposits allow? They allow for slightly different long-term strategies. Alexander has talked about this in sufficient detail, and we will continue to talk about it. The audience of this product is currently growing. What's a deposit needed for in the ecosystem? This is primarily the development of the bank. This is liquidity that we can use and profit from. And due to the fact that it's long-term, we can apply not only farming strategies, but also investment strategies, such as investing in tokenized real estate or some other long-term solutions, creating a small portfolio of major cryptocurrencies. I think we have already talked about this in posts and webinars. In other words, strategies with long-term funds can be diverse. This increases the profitability of both the management company and those who use this product. And what pleases me greatly is that approximately 50% of the open deposits, which is close to tens and hundreds of people, choose the maximum term of 36 months. And if someone initially deposited for 12 months, we have received several requests to extend it to 36 months. Well, of course, we accommodate, and the interface for extending will also be improved soon. That's it. This is pleasing. So I urge everyone, because until March 20th, we are actually offering maximum rates for this product. After the end of the promotion period, they will be reduced. So, if you open a deposit, then it will be fixed with fixed annual rates. And this is the maximum profitability that you will receive within the promotion. It's very, very high profitability. What else do I want to say? Actually, about the Launchpad and the marketplace itself. On March 20th, the official launch of our wallet took place, which represents the infrastructure for further development. And the Launchpad is the first product you can use with our wallet. It's worth noting that the launch of this product involves a powerful advertising campaign in attracting an audience outside the ecosystem. So, the goal of each project, and you can see this very clearly with Ava as an example, is to expand the audience. So, we are working with the objective of each project, which is to find its audience, find its client, find its market. These are sometimes quite composite stories. So, you can operate on the international market, you can operate on some local markets, and so on. So we immediately launched the project onto the international market, and the audience will be diverse, if I may express it that way. So obviously, you will be the first to learn about this launch, as always, and that's our main principle, for DigiU's audience to be the first to know and to be able to receive the most beneficial conditions. And then, of course, we do everything to make the project known in other countries, to other target audiences, and so on. What is a Launchpad? It's an opportunity to acquire, not even acquire, but to win an allocation in top projects that you wouldn't otherwise access, just like that. What's worth mentioning? Right now, there is already a list of projects that we've selected throughout this year. Alexander E., the team, all the technical expertise, DigiU ecosystem, and Ava did this selection. And the first project will be Planner Finance. And on the Launchpad social networks, which I urge you to subscribe to, there is already information about this project. What I want to say is, it's already a well-established project, with significant funds on board, where we managed to obtain an allocation, not purely by chance, but thanks to the work done. And we will offer this allocation on our Launchpad to everyone interested. And the most important thing is that the maximum possible purchase will be perhaps $150, maybe $100. So not a minimum, but a maximum. So that a large number of people, a large number of holders can get it. And accordingly, this is a requirement, including for those projects that are launched on our Launchpad. What else do I want to mention? The specific nature of how the Launchpad works. If you look at other projects, what can you notice? Launchpads always have some Launchpad token that you need to hold. Keep it with you. And naturally, you need to buy it. And only this allows you to participate in sales. How did we do it? Overall, we don't see, and many don't see, the need for having a Launchpad token. It's sometimes largely meaningless. To put it in simple terms, in our case, you need to have a certain allocation in USDT in your wallet at the time of application. And, consequently, after that, if you are approved, if you get the opportunity to participate in the sale, then you can withdraw this USDT and so on. So it's all simple here. It's such a maximally interesting simple story without additional tokens. And this is actually a unique, competitive advantage. When we talk about it, everyone says, wow, why didn't we think of this before? And big respect to you for such a decision. You are making the project more accessible. So, Plan of Finance is the first project, for which applications will open on the 22nd. To find out more details, go to the Launchpad's social networks. Set it up so that you receive notifications and don't miss out. Because the allocation is small, it's only $35,000. And the opportunity to buy is only $100 to $150. I don't have exact data right now. The Launchpad team is currently organizing this sale, but $100 to $150 is the maximum purchase guideline that you can get. The project itself, in our opinion, offers the opportunity to gain, well, at least several times more profit, because it's highly technological. And if we look at what Vitalik Buterin said, I will briefly tell you about Plan of Finance. So, it's essentially a decentralized application on your phone, which you can already install, within which you can interact with over 150 decentralized platforms, with over 100,000 cryptocurrencies. Your assistant in building your investment strategy is artificial intelligence. And Vitalik Buterin, precisely at this conference, had a presentation on the topic that the next stage of development in both blockchain and artificial intelligence will be their integration. And naturally, all this will find its reflection in the cryptocurrency market and in the market of those tokens that many of you love and know how to earn on. So, Plan of Finance already uses artificial intelligence in its application, and each of you can already test it and use it. And for the DigiU audience, which has been with us since 2019, I remind you that we were among the first to talk about the integration of blockchain and artificial intelligence back then. So, first of all, I urge everyone to subscribe to the Launchpad's social networks in order not to miss the application process. The allocation in Plan of Finance is small, so at least submit an application. And for the DigiU audience, we strongly encourage you to check your wallet, see how it works, open a card for yourself. I may have missed this, but virtual cards are already launched too. Try to open a card, top up, pay for some international service. For us, this is such a valuable user experience that we will take into account, improve and implement. So, I directly urge the entire DigiU audience to participate in the sale and purchase $100 of Plan of Finance. And after some time, thank us very much for providing such an opportunity, because I'm more than confident in this. So, in conclusion of our today's webinar, I remind you that on June 30, the sale of securities ends. This is the last day when you can conclude a new contract, a new portfolio. After that, there will only be installment payments. And essentially, the company's reorganization, burning unsold shares, and essentially preparation for further development. Either in the form of a closed joint stock company or in the form of a public offering of securities. We will talk about this in more detail later. We are already somewhere in the middle of completing this cycle. We are launching projects, and there is a month and a half or two left until the end of the share sale. So, make sure you catch up. There won't be such an opportunity again. And every month, the price is gradually increasing. So, we are reducing the opportunity for everyone to get more shares before the end. So, this is such a significant event that will happen in 2024. And I congratulate each existing and future investor of the DigiU ecosystem on this. Therefore, write your questions in the chat. During the webinar, I and the DigiU team will answer these questions. Questions about the Launchpad, about the exhibition, about Plan of Finance. And essentially, all the details are in the Launchpad's social networks. Subscribe, and right now, after watching the webinar, you can learn about the project, its mechanics, and so on. Greetings from Hanoi. Thank you very much for the webinar. All the best.